All right, my name's John Stair. I'm the mayor of Zionsville, and I have with me today our Deputy Fire Chief Aaron Gibbons. We have Detectives Jake Shelburne and Nick Ruby, and also our Police Chief Mike Spears. Early this morning, a passerby called in a fire at 195 South Main Street here in Zionsville. The location is a house and former business that has been unoccupied since the passing of the owner a few years ago. ZFD responded quickly and had the fire under control in about 15 minutes. Damage was mostly contained to the south side of the building. Interior damage was minimal. No one was hurt, and the loss is estimated at about $150,000. No adjacent buildings were damaged either. After the fire was contained, the investigation began, which included ZFD, ZPD, and the State Fire Marshal's Office. They also brought in a trained canine to sniff for accelerants, and none were found. So judging by the burn pattern on the building and also the surveillance footage that we have, ZFD has determined that this fire was likely caused by arson. The owner had American and Israeli flags attached to the side of the building, and there is some belief that an arsonist set fire to the Israeli flag, and the fire spread from there. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that I thank ZFD for their quick and efficient response to contain this fire with an assist from our friends at the Whitestown Fire Department. Also want to thank ZPD for their quick response in working with the fire department to investigate the cause of this and all the other investigative agencies that were involved. We also did get an assist from local businesses who had surveillance footage from their security cameras, and that was very helpful as well. So we are now reviewing more footage and asking anyone if they may have seen anything in this area last night, early this morning, particularly between midnight and 2 a.m., to contact Detective Nick Ruby, who's back here. His number is 317-941-9072. Now, we're going to take questions here in just a couple of minutes, but before we do, I just want to say that that this is profoundly disappointing to me, and I think the vast majority of people in Zionsville. It is appalling and repugnant, and a whole lot of other words that I probably can't say out loud right now. But we will not allow this to define us. I think anybody who lives here or chooses to visit here deserves to be safe and secure. That is our commitment and our focus, and we will continue to do all we can to ensure that everyone here always feels welcome and safe when they're in Zionsville. So with that, we're open to any questions you might have.
Talk about the flag and tell me a little bit more about the flag situation and why that sort of prompted this FBI investigation.
Well, there were two flags hanging on the side of the building. One was an American flag, one was an Israeli flag. They have been there for about 3 years, and that's nothing new. But it looks to be that that was sort of the impetus to this, that somebody may have lit the Israeli flag on fire, and that led to a burn pattern that we see here on the side of the building.
And just any reaction, what are you feeling in your heart right now as the mayor of this town?
It breaks my heart, and I don't think that this isn't the people that I know in Zionsville. This doesn't define Zionsville. This is an unfortunate incident. I've used the word appalling, abhorrent. I can't think of enough adjectives to tell you just how I feel about this. It's obviously wrong. It's not something that we ever want to see anywhere, particularly in our town.
Why is it important right now to make sure that your community knows that this kind of behavior is not tolerable?
Well, I think that if you let hate operate in the dark, it's going to stay in the dark. But when you shed light on it, I think people of goodwill will look at this and they'll say, you know what, they're right. This is the wrong way to act, the wrong way to behave. It's the wrong signal to send, and we need to stand up to it. We're not going to let hate fester here, and I don't think anybody should anywhere.
Is this, how common is it for the FBI to be involved with a fire?
I'm going to turn this over to Police Chief Spears to talk about that.
Thank you. My name is Mike Spears. I'm the police chief here in Zionsville.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Can we start over?
No, go ahead.
And to answer your question directly, in incidents like this, we will reach out to federal partners and make them aware of these things. And if there's something to cause them to be pulled into the investigation, I have every confidence that they will do everything they can to assist us. This fire is obviously very suspicious, and we're very concerned about it. As our police department, very, very concerned. It does not reflect the values of Zionsville nor the people of the town of Zionsville. And I believe that the people here in Zionsville won't tolerate this for 1 minute. And what I hope comes from this news conference is an opportunity for people to share some information with us about this event. It's very likely that there's someone out there who does know something about this, and if they do, we hope that they will share it with us. We have a great relationship of trust with the people of Zionsville, and I have every reason to believe that will continue into this matter. And please bring us any information you have, no matter how small you think it might be. It sounds a little cliche, but yes, it can be the lead that we need to help solve this crime. I understand for some it's a little, they may have some hesitation or a little anxiety about contacting the police directly, and my message to those people is this. It really isn't as important as how you contact police, but that you do let us know. So what I mean by that is you can contact us in person, we'll come meet with you, we'll meet with you someplace else, you can write us a letter, you can give us an email, you can text, you can go to the website, you can do any variety of methods of communication to bring us information. Again, the important thing is that you do. So if you know of anything that can help us, we really hope you will share it with us. Our officers are all dialed into this. I expect you're going to see an increase in presence to help reassure the community that this is an extremely isolated event. It does not define our town and is something that absolutely will not be tolerated. And these detectives behind my shoulder have been working on this from the moment they heard about the incident. So I'm proud of their work, and I'm also proud of the fire department. They did a wonderful job responding, getting things under control, preserving evidence, and working with our police department. So the public safety in Zionsville is pulled together, and we're going to do everything we can to solve this as quickly as possible.
Are there any suspects right now?
No, not at this point.
Can you talk more about what kind of business this was, and obviously no injuries, but was there, I'm assuming there were no people inside.
Yeah, I think it was vacant, and it's my understanding that it had once been a business and was, maybe the mayor
Yeah,
can tell
what
you.
was it? Yeah.
It was an antique store on the bottom floor, and then
Okay.
there was a residence up on the top floor.
Okay.
But the building has been abandoned for several years since the last owner of the antique store passed away.
Okay, so, but the flag has still been up there,
The
even
flag
though
has
the
been
owner
up there
was
for
no longer
several.
there.
Correct.
And then do we have any idea why, switcheroo, do we have any idea why, you said it's been up for 3 years, so any idea why now?
Well, those are some of the things that we're investigating to try to figure out if there's been any chatter about this or any concern about this. We do have some surveillance footage from the neighborhood here, and we're seeking more surveillance footage from nearby businesses. And we intend to get to the bottom of it. This is not something that we're going to forget about tomorrow and move on. We shouldn't move on from this. This is something we need to take seriously.
John, who currently owns the building, and have you been in contact with them about potentially rebuilding?
Yeah. The ownership of the building, I believe, is sort of in a little bit of a gray area right now, but the courts are going to make a decision on that soon and announce a decision on that soon. We have talked to some folks that have an interest in the building, and I think every intention is to rebuild it. This is a historic building in Zionsville. This is one of the landmarks of our Main Street, and we would certainly not like to see it go away.
Do you think that, there are a lot of residents right now that are feeling a sense of anxiety considering that this happened right in the middle of downtown last night?
Well, I don't think it helps. I don't think this is ever good to happen in a community. And if people aren't thinking about this and if people aren't appalled by this, I would say maybe there's a little something wrong with them. I mean, this is an attack on every one of us in this community. And we need to take it seriously, and we need to do all we can to get to the bottom of it. And with these guys working, we will.
I just have one more question. Obviously, surveillance video, you mentioned that. Any other way that investigators were able to determine why this could have been a case of arson here?
Let me turn over to Aaron Gibbons, Deputy Fire Chief.
Oh, lucky you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I missed it.
Can you give us an idea of why investigators think that arson is at play here?
So as the the fire investigators go through their process of investigating a fire, they go through the process of basically eliminating any accidental cause, any unintentional cause. And as they worked through that process, they were able to determine that there was no accidental, there was no electrical, which led them to believing it to be intentionally set.
Okay. Can you say your name?
Aaron Gibbons, Deputy Chief of Operations for Zionsville Fire Department.
And he had mentioned the bit about the flag and as a possible origin. Can you say anything else about that?
I'm unable to speak to that at this time.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
All
You
right.
got anything?
Thank you.
Thank you.